gentlemen, yeah, I'm excited to shoot this video. I am totally excited to shoot this video. I went out on a hunt about 3 weeks ago, and I was on a hunt for a company that would be willing to work better with my guys and the way that we use capacitors than the previous company that we were working with. And I'm not going to lie to you, when I talked to the guys at Excess Power Batteries, I felt like I was talking to family members. I called them on the phone. They were so just so open and happy and interested. The interested thing in what I was wanting to do. And they said, man, well, what can we do to help? See, my guys in this little community that I work in, I feel very grateful that they can even spell computer. And a lot of the other companies that you deal with, you've got to go set up an account to get things done. And when you call them for help or support on the products that they sell, you kind of get a little bit of a runaround. I didn't experience any of that with dealing with these guys. Nothing. They got it. Immediately they got it. They understood where and what and how we go about doing things, and I want to do things. They get it. They're used to working with the car stereo guys. They're used to working with the race car scene. They're used to, I mean, everywhere I've mentioned, I'm so excited about being able to get to work with these guys. And everywhere I drop their name, everybody's, oh yeah, man, they're the greatest company in the world to work with. So I'm excited. So I told them what I had, and they sent me this. Now, guys, I'm here to tell you that this box was completely covered with packing labels when I first got it. And it is now packing label free because we had to expunge it for video purposes. But in here is everything I need to install this in my 99 Tahoe. I told them, I said, look, most of my guys, they've got, you know, Suburbans, GMC, Yukons, those kind of things. And they said, well, just tell us what year. And I told them 99, and they said, you want the SB 500-34. And I said, well, sure, if you guys say so. Now, in here is a 500 farad capacitor. That's 18.2 total watt hours. There's 10,000 amps worth of crank capacity inside this cap. And the neat thing about this is it weighs nothing. Literally weighs next to nothing. So send it out to me. Send it out to me. So the boys at Excess Power, they hooked me up, and I am excited to sit here and do this product review / informative video for these guys. We're going to take this thing out. We're going to cover everything that's on the inside of this thing, and then we're going to follow up and we're going to do the installation process, the suggested installation process for this 10,000 amp. 10,000 amp. Remember, guys, batteries, they don't do anything for you until your voltage falls down to the charge volt of the battery, so like 12.5. Where this capacitor, we can charge this out to like 16.5, and it's going to stand there and discharge its energy at 16.5 volts or whatever else you put onto it. Now, this cap is a manufactured product, but we're going to come around in another video and we're going to show you how to build one of these. That's going to come up next. But really, what I want to focus on is my guys purchasing the pre-manufactured cases like this. It's safer, it's easier, and it's easier to understand. Now, they build these in a configuration that looks a lot like, guess what? A battery. And the reason we do that, or they do that, is so that they can fit into the standard charge positions for regular batteries underneath the hood. So let's take a look for what we got inside this box. Caution, please read. Do not over tighten super bank terminals. Ooh, a warranty card. Cool. Although I get the feeling from these guys, they'd stand behind anything that they're going to do anyhow. So I don't know about the warranty card, but we'll see. Look at that cute little thing. Oh, carry handle. Like it's that heavy. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Battery terminals, solid brass, supplied with the capacitor. Oh, you guys made this super easy on me. That's not even fair. My first video I did with capacitors, there's like nothing here. There's more weight and accessories in there as a cap. So what else we got in here? You guys made this super easy on me. I kind of touched on this on my first video. Look at that. There's one for the ground. Yes. I kind of touched on this in my first video on how to properly charge these. Actual nice nuts, stainless steel hardware. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna love working with these guys. Anywho, I touched on how to charge these things, and the whole light system was a little bit foreign to people. They didn't understand what I was getting at. This box out of the way. And look at what they supplied me with. It's that light. It really is. This makes me happy. Do not use a battery. Do not connect until fully charged. Ground negative. Okay, we're going to cover all that. Look what they sent us. A built-in battery. Man, this makes this super easy. Oh, look at that case. I love the fact that it's made in the USA too. That weighs nothing. It's 11 pounds, guys. 11 pounds. This will bolt right in on the auxiliary battery tray inside your truck. Bolt right down. Nifty. Finally, a company that gets us. Let's go ahead and put the carry handle on there just so we can see what it looks like. It's amazing, so much energy can be stored electrostatically inside such a beautiful device. It's so light. Wow. Terminals. Plastic glove covers and actual real brass hookups so you can use regular battery terminals. That's amazing. Guys, if you haven't checked these things out yet, you really should. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut from this and we're going to go pop underneath the hood of my 1990 Tahoe, and we're going to drop this puppy in. Give me just a second, we'll be back. Okay. I want to take just a minute and I want to cover the do's and the don'ts of charging one of these capacitors. This is the hardest thing for guys to get. I get phone calls all the time, or my guys are like, well, I got that cap that you suggested we buy. How do I charge it? Well, the guys at Excess Power have made this really simple. They supplied a grain of wheat light bulb with the suggested amperage and everything that we need. And I'm going to show how to charge this thing. It's really simple. But you got to remember, this is not a battery, you guys. You can't just drop it in and hook the positive and negative terminals up. You're going to have a problem, okay? The very first step that you want to do is, of course, you want to ground the negative, which we've done here. This is the negative terminal. We hooked it up to our supply. Now, what I'm charging this off of is a huge battery bank that I already have on my workbench that I use for all the crazy stuff that I work on out here all the time. But you don't need that. You can use just a simple power supply or a little buzz box battery charger like this. if you wanted to. Or you can use the battery that's in your vehicle already pre-existing. I'll show you how to do that once we get outside. Okay, so you're going to hook up your ground, okay? And then you're going to connect the positive lead to the light bulb, which we've done here with just a screw and a couple washers into the wood workbench. But I'll show you how to do this out inside the vehicle too. But it'll make pretty good sense. I'm just going to walk you through the steps one step at a time, okay? Now the bulb's going to light up, you guys. It's going to illuminate, and it's going to be like silly bright. The bigger battery or the bigger charge system that you use, a little bit faster this will go, but you want to go slow. You don't want to rush all the current onto the capacitor. You can cause serious damage. You only have to do this the first time that you charge the thing, or from whenever the capacitor is completely discharged. Okay? You know the supercapacitor is fully charged when the bulb goes out. It's that simple. You don't hook the light bulb across the two terminals. No. You don't hook it up on the negative side. Because remember, amperage flows from what direction? What direction? It flows from ground to hot. Okay. So you hook up your light, and now with a 9/16 Allen wrench, that's what all the hardware supplied from excess batteries is going to use. You just simply take and attach it to the capacitor, just like so. Make sure the light bulb's not touching anything because it's going to get fairly warm. And for my mental well-being, I'm going to hook up a voltmeter. Now, all that light bulb is doing is acting like a shock absorber, okay? There's a load shunt. We're going to sit here and we're going to watch. The voltage on the capacitor is slowly going to creep up, slowly but slowly. But really, this is all you have to do. Hook up the light and walk away. Give it a little bit of time, and we'll be back. So, with that thing sitting there chooching away, I reach over here and I'm going to grab another little piece of technology. Start. And walk away. When this light bulb goes out, it's safe to put in your vehicle. Give me just a few, and we'll see how long this takes. Well, we're about 20 minutes in. We're about halfway. So the bulb isn't quite as bright as before. But, yeah, time. It takes about 40 minutes or so, and we'll get this thing charged up. Then we'll move on to the next step. Well, here we are about 45 minutes later, and we're charged. Just like that. So now all we got to do is disconnect it and go put it in the rig. So let's do it. So before I run away, I want to cover one more way of charging this. You're going to take your light, just as before. You're going to take your battery charger, little buzz box, and you're going to set it on like the 2 amp setting, or in this situation, the 6 amp setting. You're going to hook up your ground. Then you're going to hook up your battery charger, and you're going to walk away. In about 30 to 40 minutes, come back and check, and this bulb will be all dim and all the way down, and this thing will be fully charged. So you don't have to have a big battery bank or a big complicated power supply or nothing. Just an easy, cheap little buzz box like this, and you're off to the races and running. So we're going to let this thing fully charge up, and we're going to go throw it in the truck. Be right back. So we're going to get ready to go out. We're going to put this in the door install on this. These are super neat. These are the adapters for the side posts on this battery. Capacitor. Super capacitor bank. I think we could bolt them down with this. That's option number 1. I'm loving how modular this is. They click in. Oh, no, that's where they sit. Okay, so they're set up on that. Okay, I got it. For some reason, my brain was telling me that it needed to be pushed down level. So, lock nut, washer. I was wondering, so it'd also come equipped with solid brass top posts. I was just wondering if this would also work. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, good stuff. That's good stuff. Now, let's see here. Beautiful engineering. So it'll fit either way. I dig it. Well, my configuration I'm going to shoot for is I want to have the best of both worlds. I'll put this onto here, like so. This onto here like this. And away we go. All right. Of all the accessories I send you, I love it. It's like everything was completely thought through. And they're like, you know, we're not going to skimp on one little penny. We just want the customer to be happy. Flip and dig it. All right, let's go put this thing in the truck. Okay, so we're outside now, so please excuse the audio. For the sense of expediency, I left all my leads a little bit long. I'm going to come back and I'm going to trim them all down, but because this capacitor is so light, I mean, you don't need to really have the handles, but the handles are on there. You just simply put the capacitor in the battery tray position. Now, we're putting this in the auxiliary position for this truck, okay? So let's reach on down in here. It's in there. That's never coming out. And it's just a simple case of, well, first things first, you always hook up ground. Okay guys, so now you've got your excess power batteries ultra capacitor installed in your truck. You've got your ground hooked up, and now what we're going to cover is how to charge the capacitor in the truck. Once again, do not take the battery terminal, your positive lead, and go directly to the terminal on the capacitor. This is very dangerous. You can have an explosion, you will get hurt. Once again, that's the reason that excess power battery supplies us with this little grain of wheat light bulb, okay? So what we're gonna need for this is a towel, a little tiny pair of vice grips or something to clamp the two wires together. And that's it. We're gonna take and put down our towel. We're gonna take our little grain of wheat light bulb. We're gonna take our pair of pliers. We're gonna touch it to the terminal. We're going to let it sit. Make sure to prop up your light bulb so it's not around anything, because the light bulb will get hot in use. Let the capacitor charge. When the light goes out, remove the light, then take your positive terminal and attach it up to the terminal on the ultracapacitor. It's that simple. Once you have the cap installed, hook up your ground, hook up to your battery. Make sure to lay down a towel, that way you don't have to worry about anything shorting out against anything else. Let this charge till the little light bulb is completely dim. Once it's fully charged, the light bulb will go out. Guys, that's it. That's all there is to it, to charging the excess power batteries ultracapacitor in the mobile. I'm going to fold this around. We're going to hook up hot. Very, very, very simple. Very simple. That's all she wrote. Supercapacitor installed. Like I said, we've got this as an auxiliary, but we're going to play with it. Me personally, I want to see if this can start my truck, and I'm pretty sure it can. Start it and keep it running, just all off the cap. But we're not going to show that in this video. Anyhow, guys, that's the unboxing, basic 101 from charging all the way to installation. If you like what you've seen, click subscribe. Make sure to hit the notification button if you can. That way you can follow along with all the crazy antics that happen over here on my little tiny channel. All right, gentlemen, I gotta go. I got about 4 more of these I gotta shoot for different formats, so I hope you've appreciated it. Bump bump from your big friend in Idaho. I see you. Bye. So the question is, can we start the truck just off the capacitor? The capacitor's fully charged. Auxiliary battery's disconnected. This is just straight off the cap. So, quickest way to find the answer to the question. That question is yep. 500 farad supercapacitor.